Welcome. This is a tutorial for doing a trace. In this case, we're tracing functions. So let's look at the source code. Um, Notice that line 0 is a global variable declaration with initialization, and that always occurs before the main is executed. So on line 0, we execute, and the result of the execution is to change the global variable x to 10. Following that, we do not execute lines 1 through 4 because they are only activated or executed when a call is made to the functions. So execution begins at line 5. So, so at line 5, we execute. What happens at line 5? We have a variable x defined in the main, which is a local variable. Its value is 5. After line 5, we do line 6. Line 6 is a call to the function any, so that the function any is entered at line 1, and upon entry to the function any, we have passed by reference the variable num. So for any, the parameter num happens to have the value of its argument. In the main, the variable x has a value of 5, and that's the variable that's being passed. I will make a notation that I'm going to put an ampersand here to remind you that the value that that a variable has been passed, that's the ampersand, and the value of that variable happens to be 5. Now, what happens inside the body of function any? Well, we perform the statement add the value of x. Now notice that we have two x's. Which x applies here? Certainly it is the global variable x that appears here. This is the variable that is being referenced here, okay? Because we're not inside of the main. So the value of this x is a 10. We add it to the value of the parameter num, which is a 5, and we end up with the value. Come on now. Statement 2. We end up with the value of 15. But again, 15 is associated with the variable that was passed. So technically speaking, at the same moment that we change the parameter num to 15, we're changing the variable x in the main to the same value. So we have that. So after statement 2, what occurs? Well, what occurs is we resume execution at the statement that follows the call, which is statement number 8. So now we're on statement 8. What happens on statement 8? We're outputting the value of x. So at this point, a 15 will come out as a value of x. All right. After statement 8, we do 9. What's 9? 9 is a call to function sum, but function sum is entered at line number 3. Function sum, when I call it, I enter it at this line. And what happens here? We have a parameter called num. It is passed by value. So what value is being passed here? The value of x. Which x? The x that belongs to the main, which is a 15. So when I enter the function sum, the value of the parameter is 15. Now, in the function sum, line 4 does what? Line 4 says take the global variable. X here is what variable? It's the global variable. Take the global variable and add the value of your parameter num, which is 15, add it to the global variable. So that's 15 plus 10, which is 25, becomes a value of the global variable. After statement 4, the function is over. And what statement do we go to? The one that comes after statement 9, which is 10. And what happens at line 10? We output something. What do we output? The value of x. Which x? The local x, the x that belongs to the main, and its value continues to be 15. And line 11 says we return. All right, that's the end of the execution. Okay. All right, so that's the trace for this. Enough said.